Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
All right, we have a rubber match here. Kansas at Houston. Houston's 8.5 projected. It's probably going to be around. Is this an official line?
Man.
Is this? It might be an official line.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
Ken Pong has it at 10.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
seriously?
that's why I asked.
It's
yes.
I think it is 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think that sounds right to me.
That's
Whether it's 8.5, 10.
Ton of points. That's a ton of points. And okay, that's insane, right? I mean, you think of it, you look at it, and you're like, Kansas is getting 8.5 points against anybody. You always take Bill Self if he's getting 8.5. And I will say this: I was at the first meeting, and remember, Kansas crushed them, blew them out. They couldn't miss. They played their A++ game. Houston was terrible. It looked like Jamal Shedd was I won't say the words, but he was struggling. He was really, really struggling. I'll take Houston here. I'm going to take Houston and honestly lead the points against this Kansas team, even though Nick Timberlake finally proved his NIL last game. And maybe he'll get going a little bit. Maybe Timberlake will make a few shots and he can help them in the Big 12 tournament next week and in the NCAA tournament. But I think this is a revenge game. I think Jamal Shedd is going to rip their heart out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I think the thing that would be like scary to me if I'm Kansas is that you got some stuff with different looks to that Houston defense in the first meeting that they're going to be ready for this time. And yes, Bill Self's going to have different stuff too, but I just don't think they're going to be able to score as easily as they did. I think they're going to be hot. I think Houston will be motivated. This will not be a clinched number 1 seed cruising into March. Like I think Houston's going to be ready to play. I think they win, maybe win big.
Mud stomp. I've seen it. I know it. I know what is waiting for the Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah.
It's that Stone Cold Steve Austin, just whip your ass in the corner of the ring, stomp. I've seen it. It's happening. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about the points. It's the way it goes. Kentucky at Tennessee, Jeff. Could there be some interest here in Kentucky as a live dog here? Yeah, officially. BetMGM Kentucky plus 7.5.
Give me the money line. Give me the money line on this one. Honestly. Yeah. Why not? They won at Auburn. They won at Auburn 2 weeks ago. They know they can win on the road against really good teams. What's Tennessee? I get it. They're playing for a number 1 seed. It's a little different than playing for an SEC title, which they've already wrapped up. I think Kentucky, again, you never know what you're going to get with them. They might come out and they played very good basketball for the most of the past 3 weeks or so. I'll sprinkle some money in the money line there. I think it's worth it. Yep.
3-1.
Plus 300.
3-1.
Yeah, I don't think that's a crazy roll of the dice. I think there's a chance that Tennessee doesn't come out motivated. There's a chance that Kentucky comes out firing. I'll just say this: Kentucky's defense has been really bad, for the last couple games, and I think we've been able to ignore it a little bit because they found ways to win these games. But they got torched by Mississippi State. They got even more torched by Arkansas. They struggled with Vandy for a lot of that game. All of a sudden, the cured miracle Kentucky defense is no longer. So I worry about that against Dalton Connect and this Tennessee team that has really scored it at a high level. So I'm scared, but I'll take Kentucky with the 8.5 and roll the dice with that.
Yeah, I'm not stepping in front of the Tennessee train. Not doing it. Not especially.
I think everybody's on the wagon, though. Everybody's on the wagon. So the 2 teams, Tennessee and Florida, everybody is jumping on those wagons. Now they're different, obviously. Tennessee, it's to win the whole thing, or certainly to get to the Final Four. Florida, they're the sleeper. Now Sweeney's been on the Florida train for 2 years. He was probably the first one on the wagon, and he's probably right now fending people from jumping on. Because he wants to kind of that claim to fame that he was the first one. I do like them both. Listen, I finally come around on Tennessee that I think they can they can be a Final Four team, number one, which again, I was late to the party here, and maybe they can win the whole damn thing.
Exactly. And that's why there ain't no way in hell I'm stepping in front of that with a team that can't guard. All right, one more. Carolina, Duke 3.5. Come on, right? It's pretty simple, isn't it, Jeff?
What's simple about it? You think it's simple, a Duke Carolina game? Are you out of your mind?
I think it's really simple.
Really?
Yeah, this doesn't take. This is 2 + 2 = 4.
Who are you taking?
Duke. Come on, they're at home. They're getting the revenge.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
It's the way it goes. I mean, it's just the way, the tit for the tat.
Yeah, and I think this is a huge game for Duke. I think it's huge for a variety of reasons, guys. Number one, if Duke wins this, they get that kind of confidence going into the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament. They can beat just about anybody, right? Like everybody's talking Carolina up like they're the greatest team in the country, up there. I think Duke needs this one a whole lot more than Carolina does.
Yes, they do.
I'm going to go the other way. I think Carolina wins this game outright. I think Carolina has a different type of dog this year. I think they're very competitive. I think they will go into Cameron. They will not be afraid of that atmosphere. I think Carolina wins the game.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. If
we go 3 across on Duke over Carolina, what's happened, right? Like,
right.
So I might have saved your wager, John. I might have saved your wager.
I feel you. This was the exact number when it was in verse, and when Duke was at Carolina, it's just the way this rivalry goes. I mean, how many sweeps have there been in the history of the rivalry? Like, do we know that off the top of our heads?
It's a lot of points. 4.5 is 4.5 the BetMGM line, Trevor?
That's not that many
4.5.
Points. That's not that many points.
It kind of
is. Why do you think that's a lot of points?
I don't know. For that rivalry? That's a lot of points for that rivalry when most people consider Carolina the better team.
Earlier in the year.
But most people would take Carolina on a neutral court. Almost everybody would take Carolina.
Well,
I would say that. On a neutral court, most people would take Carolina.
Hold on. I am getting this from Trevor. Trevor is informing me this is not a neutral court. So he says this is at Cameron.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.